Yeah, he's there. He's there.
Get it.
He's there. Hurry.
Come on, Bob.
What we're creating is something really savory, sweet, with a little bit of that chili kick, but it's not too spicy either. So we're really letting it glaze onto the fish.
Yeah. Started from the mud, now you see us going up. Numbers never lie, now you see us blowing up. People used to front, now you see them showing up. So what's up? I've been down and out with love. Keep it a buck.
Yeah, not sure if you're gonna be able to see much, but we got Bob here, we got Daniel, we're on the high tide. This is day 4 or 5 of salmon season. Hopefully in this episode, we're gonna get you guys some chrome. It's gonna be delicious. And then at the end of this, got a recipe to cook up. But first things first, let's hook up.
Oh, we just dropped the lines out. Sun's just cracking. Daniel's gonna put us on them. Perfect speed, 2.8.
Dude, it's pretty nice out here. I think we could get it done, man. Looking good. What's the water temp? 51?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's cold.
Nice and cold.
The coldest I've ever seen it.
Salmon like the cold.
Yep.
Oh. All right, we got our first strike. All right, so first 30 minutes, we got one bump and it's just a matter of finding them now. Daniel was actually out here opening day, which was about 4 days ago. They were all concentrated in one spot, but they might have moved around, so we're gonna have to hunt for them. But once we find out the depth and where they're at, get our first few bites, it'll tell a lot and let us know what we gotta keep on doing. Oh.
What? You got pulled?
Yeah.
Oh, pull it off. Get it off the cliff. Real. There?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
How's it feel?
Feels good.
Come on, baby. Let me get you down right here. About time, man.
There he is.
He's already here?
Yep. Matt.
Got it right here, Daniel. I got it. This is good. Right here, Daniel. Oh, it's a nice one?
Looks like a shorty.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, it looks short. Let's show it. Oh, no.
Handle him, man. Oh,
No. He's way under there. Man, chill out, fool. I'm trying to help you.
Not a pro move.
He's all f***ed up though, man.
I know. All right. Whoa. First one. But he's a short, so I'll throw him back. There he goes, swimming off.
Dude, I was gonna get
What a snafu. We lost him down there when Daniel had to fish him out. First fish on that setup.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Get it. Real.
There? Yeah, he's there, he's there, he's
Get
there.
it, Bob, get it.
He's there, hurry.
Come on, Bob.
Let's go, Bob.
Keep it tight. Reel it in. Give him no slack. Come on, Bob. We need this fish.
Nice. Yep. Don't even gotta measure this one. No. Not like I did. All right, guys, so the one on the left is a brand new setup, left-handed. So hopefully that's the one that gets big. It feels so natural.
He's on. Reeling in. Oh, you're on. Reel. Go. That's it. Reel. It popped it off. He's there.
Yep.
Yeah, baby. Wow.
Oh, it's a good one.
Come on, Ed. Don't f it up.
I won't.
Come on, Ed. We need this. Here, I'll get that out of your way.
Here he comes.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Woo!
I might keep.
That's a keeper.
Huh?
That's a keeper. That is a keeper. Hell yeah.
I don't know. Close.
Close. No, short. Short.
Still 23.
Almost. 23 incher. Going back. Oh! There he goes. He's fine. And we're back, guys. It got really nasty, really fast. We knew that was gonna happen. That's why we actually moved our trip. We were supposed to go today and 2 days later, but we just saw that this had the better window of opportunity. But it definitely turned quick. The water got choppy and the wind started to come up. So in this 19-foot aluminum boat, we definitely wanted to get out of there while we could. But we ended up with 3 shorts on the boat. We got a couple good bites, but nothing really to brag about. The bait was really tough to come by, but ultimately it was a good adventure. And if you guys like this video, definitely drop a like. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. But man, well, that was the first trip of the season. Daniel actually was out here and did really well. We'll come back. Next week we'll be out here. Stay tuned. And we're back. And even if we didn't catch a keeper today, we failed to catch a keeper. We caught those 3 shorts, but we're still gonna cook. We're gonna make some sweet, spicy chili salmon, and it was actually wild caught. So remember I told you guys that Daniel went out and killed it. He actually hooked it up with some fillets. This is actually from his salmon from a video that he put out a few days ago. He actually put it out the same day he went out. But if you guys want to see that video, the link is in the description. He went out, he killed it, he brought those salmon over here to my house and we filleted them up. And today we get to cook them, and I want to share with you guys a really simple recipe that comes out so good with salmon. And I'm just really excited about it because it's so delicious. So let's get to it. So I really like to package my salmon in portions of 3 because it's enough for Veronica and I to eat the night of, and then she can save a piece for lunch for her work because she's a pescatarian. And I like to leave the skin on the steaks. That way I can give them to our cat. And then every time I start sharpening my knife, she goes crazy because she knows the sound. She knows that it means some fish is coming.
like a noodle. Mmm. We'll hit it with a little bit of this olive oil. Then we'll just hit it with the seasoning of your choice. Right here, we're just gonna pick Mediterranean salt blend. But the reason I like putting olive oil first is because that salt doesn't just absorb right into the meat. It kind of stays on the surface and crystallizes, or it stays crystallized. And when you eat it, you get that burst of flavor. Super simple. Set your pan to medium heat. Once it's heated up, go ahead and put your steaks in there. I like to put the thicker cuts in the center, then put the more belly cuts around. Doesn't really take long to cook. You can actually see it start cooking from the bottom up. And once you see the color change about a third to halfway through, then you gotta flip it. And this is gonna be our main ingredient. This is the sauce right here. It's usually reserved for lumpia or your spring roll, egg roll type things, but it is such a good sauce with chicken or even pork or even salmon. So we tried it one time with salmon, and well, actually a couple times. This isn't gonna be our first time trying it with salmon, but oh, it comes out so good. So let's show you guys how to do this. What we're creating is something really savory, sweet, with a little bit of that chili kick, but it's not too spicy either. So we're really letting it glaze onto the fish. And by the time you're done basting on your sauce, it's pretty much ready to go. That's the sauce right there. Go ahead and plate up some of this cauliflower risotto with broccoli and mushrooms. Of course, this would be really good with rice, but we're definitely on that low carb diet right now. Oh yeah.
What do we have, honey?
One of my all-time favorites.
Really?
Yes. All-time favorite is sweet spicy chili salmon.
Ooh.
Yes. With risotto, cauliflower risotto with broccoli.
Broccoli and
Yep.
mushroom?
And mushroom.
Oh, you fancy.
But the main character in this whole thing is the salmon. So we've had it before, but this is wild salmon that Daniel caught. So we'll see what we think. He didn't bleed him, but let's see if that
hopefully didn't
plays into this.
taint it.
3, 2, 1.
Did you use that Mediterranean seasoning?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna taste it. That's good. That's so interesting. And then you put the my poi on top.
Yep.
It tastes in those layers. So you taste the my poi first, and then the Mediterranean plays out, and then you get the salmon. The salmon's it's good. The texture is definitely a little bit it's not as like melts in your mouth. It's got a little more bite to it. It's really good though still.
Oh yeah.
The flavor is really nice. It's not fishy. I was kind of worried about it when you said the fish wasn't bled out. That sauce is really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got like a little tang to it, a little sweetness, and it's got a little spice.
It's made specifically as a dipping sauce for egg rolls, but it works so well as a glaze for fish, chicken, pork, anything like that. Going back to the taste, you can definitely tell it was not farmed. Sometimes when you have a farmed fish like trout or even farmed salmon, which we've been getting a lot of, is you do get, it's hard to describe, but like a pellet taste. Like you can tell that they haven't been eating things out of the wild. This specific salmon that we're eating now was eating anchovies, And when we filleted this fish, you could actually see the anchovies inside of its belly. And that really translates into the flavor, because salmon typically, when they're in the ocean, eat bait fish or krill. So you'll really get that in the meat. So if they're eating something that humans feed them, you're going to get that taste.
So the fish absorb the taste of whatever they're eating, right?
Correct.
So since I'm pescatarian, does that mean I taste like fish?
Yes. You do taste like fish, honey. But
This is a PG-13 show.
But that was one of the bummers that we didn't catch illegal today. That would have been really cool to show you guys the stomach contents of that fish. So definitely stay tuned when we go and salmon fish again. We're definitely going to do it soon once the weather is a little bit better. But then when we actually fillet the fish, we'll show you guys the contents of what that fish has been eating.
The texture is so interesting. You know, it's still salmon, but the texture of that fish that we get from, is it
Leroy? So the fish that Leroy usually gets, which I have filleted live on YouTube, is from Scotland, and it's farmed in a pen, like a big netted pen in the ocean. So it still has the ocean qualities, and the meat is affected by being in salt water versus fresh water. But they feed them pellets inside this little pen. So it's going to be a lot less firm, because those fish don't swim around long distances like this fish will. This fish will cover miles and miles and miles, which the farmed fish cannot. So maybe that's why you're tasting
it's a little more tough.
Yeah, a little bit different texture to it than a farmed salmon.
The farm salmon just like melts in your mouth. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's almost like Kobe beef. When they make Kobe beef, they don't let the cow walk around too much, and then they get all
I want it to be stressed.
tough. Yeah.
It's really good. It's not as fatty as the farmed one, which I prefer. I'm a texture person, so I don't like fat or cartilage or anything like that. I don't do bones well either, so like the farmed salmon that we've been getting is fatty. It's super fatty.
Super fatty.
And it's just like, it's the first time where I'm taking some of the fat off the fish. And they're like, oh, it's fine. It's omega-3s. And I'm like, the texture, I'm not a fan of the texture.
So you like...
I like a firmer fish like this is good.
So do you like overall wild-caught salmon versus farm salmon?
I think I like the farm salmon, or the wild caught better, because the texture's there. It's not as fatty. It's a leaner meat. It still has really good flavor. It absorbs the flavor really well of the sauce and the seasoning that you used. I was able to call it out. I didn't know. And I just like that it's not so fatty, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is such a little piece of fat that's on here. It's like, oh, it's manageable. Still take it off, but... versus the salmon, the farm salmon, you know, it's just fattier. We should do a comparison, like, side by side.
We'll do it. We'll do a comparison side by side in one of the next videos. But in terms of the color for presentation, that's a natural red color of the salmon.
Pink.
It definitely makes it very appetizing.
And then the sauce adds to it.
That
gives
sauce.
it a little, like, golden glow.
Very nice glaze.
Yeah. It shows the, like, striations of the meat really well. Did you cooked the salmon more than the other one? Because it's a little more cooked.
Yeah. I did that
It's not
so that
overcooked, but
so that the glaze really gets stuck to the top of the salmon.
so it caramelizes a little bit more.
So let us know if you guys try this. Sweet chili glazed salmon. And you can experiment with how much you put on and how long you cook it. But typically I like one layer over the top, so it's not overpowering, but it's still very, very good.
It's a good texture.
To wrap it up, in terms of the fishing, it could have been a little bit better if we caught some legals. We couldn't find any bait anywhere. and the wind blew us off a lot sooner than we thought it was going to. We thought it was going to blow us off around 11 o'clock, but it came on a little early. Right when I said it too, I was like, it's super calm right now. And then 5 minutes later, the wind starts blowing. We start getting white caps, and the trip back into shore was definitely a little rough. But that's not going to keep us from doing it again. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. We're going to continue to enjoy the rest of our dinner together. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, maybe Seth's a good luck charm.
Maybe.
Because he got 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 each?
Yep.
Jeez. It's like 50 pounds of salmon, right? Uh-oh.
All their fish were like 10 pounds or higher.
Did you guys catch any?